something that's really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator. Fresh off of my...
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the rookie first-rounder from San Diego State, it's Rashad Penny. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. On second down, here's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson throwing again. And this is incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Run it. Four down.
Again, Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. A handoff to Penny. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
14. Check 50, check 50.
Wilson will throw again. It's complete to Jerome Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again here, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. The 20. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On second down, Wilson. And he hits on the slant right to Marshall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 23 yards on the play.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On second down, here's Penny. And he's got this one down to the 10. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now, come on, tempo. 19.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Janikowski bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go.
That was second down throw for Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Here we go. Any energy. Hey, receiver.
First down. Here's Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That was second down run for Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Yellow. Watch him 50.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
check 51, check 51, right.
Now Wilson on second down. Throws left side, complete to Brandon Marshall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Penny, a first down carry, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's a give to Penny. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Check 50, check 50.
Now it's Carson, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Terrence Newman making the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit his big receiver, Brandon Marshall, and it's third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Janikowski bangs it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And here comes Diggs. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Let's go.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And here comes Diggs. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it. First on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Rhino, Rhino! Yellow, yellow, yellow!
Cousins now on second down. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
Here we go. Hey, we got 4 now. 300. First.
On first down, Murray. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second down, Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Avoids him at the 40. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A handoff. It's Murray. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Cousins. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Frank Clark with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Here's Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
95.
On second down, here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Wilson now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They go play action here on first down. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Back now in Seattle, Washington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Check 50.
They'll try and run forward with Petty. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Let's go get it right here. Come on. 14.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Brandon Marshall, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jared Reed able to get him for a loss of about 3. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Rhino!
Throwing, Cousins. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Bingo. Here we go.
To throw is Cousins. Looking deep downfield. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved a first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
4 down. Check. Bang out.
Here's Carson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
What? 380. 95.
Wilson. And Marshall's got it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now Rashad Penny, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Again, it's Penny. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing now is Wilson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Wilson wants to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Penny. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Cut. Booster team. Hey, easy. Check 51. Check 51.
Here's Penny on the counter. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted